So, ladies and gentlemen, it's now my honor to introduce the 2023 Captain Ron Erchul Environmental Leadership Award. This award recognizes a Virginian who has made significant individual efforts to improve the environment. The award is named for VMI professor Captain Ron Erchul, the founder of Environment Virginia Symposium. We have Captain Erchul that started out as a small one-day seminar among colleagues and has bloomed into a great conference with you all adding your expertise. So it's his legacy that we want to honor with this award. We began it in 2000 when Captain Erchul retired. In your program book, you can see the many distinguished Virginians, you know many of them, who have received this award in the past 23 years. Now I'm going to ask Miss Bettina Ring, last year's recipient, to join me here at the podium, and we'll announce this year's winners. Now, the way this starts, Bettina, come on out for a minute. So, the way this award works is that members of the environmental community nominate the candidates who are judged on the basis of their vision, expertise, commitment, integrity, communication skills, accomplishments, and this word diplomacy. Bettina is going to explain that process, and we'll announce the winner. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Colonel Gray. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here, and I think a great transition, thinking about what Bobby just shared with people and partnership, and that's what it's all about, and I think you'll hear that as we speak about the award recipient this year. But as mentioned, we received a number of nominations for the 2023 Erchul Environmental Leadership Award. Our Program Advisory Committee reviewed the nominations and voted on the finalists. A panel of judges comprised of past award winners then selected this year's winner. We want to thank all of the individuals who took time to nominate their colleagues for this award. It's very important that we take time to recognize those around us that are doing incredible work. A talented group of environmental leaders here in Virginia were nominated for the award this year. We heard over and over again how deserving all of these nominees were and how hard the votes were.
Okay, so this year's award winner, as Ray said, Miss Laura McKay. And Bettina, will you please read the nomination?
I will. With my pleasure. Laura McKay was nominated for the Erchul Environmental Leadership Award by many people this year, not just one person. The word visionary was used several times. She has worked for DEQ's Virginia Coastal Zone Management Program since 1988, and she's led it since 1996. During her tenure, Laura has conceived and directed an incredible range of diverse projects that have helped save and restore critical migratory bird and wildlife habitat, increase coastal resilience, and support oyster, eelgrass, and bay scallop restoration. Virginia's coastal zone is one of the most complex regulatory and programmatic spaces in the Commonwealth, an area which requires continual interdisciplinary thinking, commitment to the highest level of leadership, and the exercise of skilled diplomacy. This is necessary to safeguard the Commonwealth's public trust and that responsibility that comes with that. Successfully leading this large network is challenging, but Laura has done it in an exemplary fashion. A collaborator and convener by nature, she is trusted and respected by a wide spectrum of people, from local county planners to tribal representatives, to land trusts and watermen, to neighboring states, to regional ocean planning bodies, and to federal agencies. Over the greater part of 4 decades, and with unwavering vision, expertise, and commitment, Laura has made federal funds available to state and local conservation programs, supporting over hundreds of projects. Due largely to her efforts, the Coastal Zone Management Program has financed dozens of land acquisition projects protecting thousands of high-priority acres. A significant proportion of these projects have resulted in the dedication of natural area preserves, the highest level of biodiversity protection and commitment possible in the Commonwealth of Virginia. These projects have not only protected key habitats, they have set the stage for and supported long-term restoration of critical migratory bird habitats in one of the most important regions in the eastern U.S. for these species. As a long-standing member of the Management Board for the Mid-Atlantic Regional Council on the Ocean, Laura has played a key role in collaborating with other Mid-Atlantic states on shared ocean priorities, like regional data sharing, marine debris, ocean conservation, and more. She played an integral role in developing the 2016 Mid-Atlantic Ocean Action Plan. The purpose of this plan is to improve ocean management policies, identify potential offshore wind lease and aquaculture areas, safeguard important fishing areas, integrate marine mammal and sea turtle conservation, address ocean acidification and other climate impacts, and to minimize these use conflicts. The Mid-Atlantic Ocean Management Plan's Ocean Mapping Data Team includes a diverse range of members representing 5 states, several federal agencies, tribal entities, academic institutions, and NGOs, all working with a level of collaboration that's a model for this working group, a model for any working group, and then we can learn from that, all thanks to Laura's leadership. The Mid-Atlantic Ocean Data Portal is a one-of-the-kind visualization tool that brings the best available ocean and coastal data to the public for free. Laura has vastly expanded the portal's utility and wealth of data from about 125 interactive maps depicting the ocean environment, marine life, and ocean uses, and today that number is well over 6,000. Think about that for a moment. Many of the nominations for this award mention Laura's passionate commitment to bringing people together. Local, state, and federal government leaders and staff, tribal communities, nonprofits, universities, citizen volunteers, and the local people whose sweat and sacrifice sustains the character and the economies of coastal Virginia. Her persistence, her patience, and her passion have been an inspiration to countless environmental professionals, and I know to many of you in the room. She has motivated them to work together, to see the big picture, and she never gives up on improving conditions and protecting our coastal resources. Laura is retiring this summer, and her steady leadership and her wealth of knowledge will be sorely missed. Yet her efforts to nurture and advance the work of others has made her impact far larger than her career, and many generations deep. We are thrilled to be able to recognize Laura's lifetime of achievement with the Erchul Environmental Leadership Award this year. Congratulations, Laura. Thank you for your leadership, and congratulations on a well-deserved retirement coming up.
Thank you all so much. It really is a huge honor. And I just have to say, it's, these awards aren't solely for any one of us, but it really is the working together. And I have had so many wonderful people to work with over the years in the cause of coastal and ocean conservation, and very happily have had the incredible opportunity to have not only to draw from the expertise of all of you, but then to have the funding that I'm so grateful for from NOAA, the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration. Kind of owe my whole career to them, starting with Sea Grant and then moving into coastal zone management. The fact that that money comes every year through the Coastal Zone Management Act is just huge for us. It's not a huge amount of money. It's about $3 million a year. But over 30-some years, it really has allowed us to build on successes, to be constant in our focal areas, and to actually get things done over time. Because sometimes it's not a big slug of money that you need all at once, but it's the constancy, the persistence of it that has really helped us. So anyway, I just want to thank all of you for all of that. And the fact that the CCM program is a network has just been a joy. A lot of you that are here today have been on our coastal policy team, and I consider you not only my colleagues, but my dear friends whom I'm going to miss terribly. And it's kind of hard to leave right now because I feel like we're on the cusp of huge things because we have some big slugs of money now coming through the bipartisan infrastructure law and the Inflation Reduction Act. It's a little overwhelming for all of us. It's a little scary to try to figure out how to spend a big slug of money that quickly and wisely, and difficult to do it within all the rules that we all have. But I just hope that you will carry on with persistence and patience, and I know you're going to make good things happen, and I'm going to just miss all of that terribly. I'm not sure I'll know who I am when I retire, because this has been my whole life. But do be persistent, do be patient, and I often think of, not that I'm a country music fan, but I love Kenny Rogers' song when he talks about know when to hold 'em and know when to fold 'em. You know, sometimes the political situation isn't always ideal, but we work through it, and you know, we find the right words, we find what's going to work for that administration and go forward. And when the time is right, you know, we do other things that one administration doesn't like, but another one does. And so I really hope that all of you who are in the early years of your career will stick with it, because if you don't get to be in a position like I'm in now to see the fruits of 35 years of effort. And it really is stunning. And Bobby, thank you for, wherever you are, citing the successes that we have had. We have come a long way. We have a long way to go, but we have been able to do a lot of good things. And so also want to say I enjoyed your talk, Bobby. As I leave this career in coastal and ocean management, and I do want to stress ocean. Actually, I think that the ocean may be the biggest carbon sink, and it's easy for. Oh, you said terrestrial. Okay, well, yes, the biggest terrestrial carbon sink. Okay, we agree. The ocean is so important, and it's really difficult at the state level to deal with it. We think of it as the federal responsibility, but we've been given a huge opportunity through regional ocean partnerships, to which Virginia belongs, to be able to work with the federal agencies, because what happens out in the ocean does affect all of us, whether it's the warming or the changing currents or the loss of fisheries. And we're trying to get offshore wind going out there, and it's just an incredibly busy place. So as I leave this coastal ocean environment, I loved seeing the border collie. I actually just spent the night last night here in Rockbridge County. My daughter and son-in-law just bought a 28-acre farm, and they're raising sheep. And I actually had to deliver my first lamb weekend before last, which was actually a very sad event. The poor thing was stillborn. It was the ewes' first time, and it was a gigantic lamb, and it didn't make it. But on the other hand, it was a boy, and so he didn't have long on a dairy farm anyway. So it's very good to be a girl. So there was that. So at least I was able to hold this poor little guy for a moment, and he had some peace. So anyway, I just want to thank you all again for this award, and as all the award people say, I share it with all of you, but I really do. You've all been wonderful to work with. NOAA, DEQ, DCR, MRC, DWR, I'm going to list all these acronyms, VIMS, Coastal Policy Center, VCU, Clean Virginia Waterways, countless NGOs, MARCO, Center for Conservation Biology, the Virginia Tribes. I mean, I've been so blessed to be able to work with such a wide array of people and on so many different issues that affect how we live and how we'll continue on this planet. So thank you all very much, and I will miss you, but hopefully we will stay in touch. So thank you.